overseas. Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in Austria-Hungary around 10:45 a.m. Join us tonight as we celebrate this shadow attack in Austria-Hungary. Now to the anchor that is less important to me, Junior Anchor Peyton. Go.
Thanks for the introduction, Garrett. As my co-anchor said, the intent of this broadcast is to report about the ongoing situation in Austria-Hungary and to inform the American people. Joining me and my co-anchor tonight is our reporter in the field, Lane Evans.
The people of Austria-Hungary are demanding a call for military action against Serbia. There are anti-Serb riots going on in the streets as I speak to you now.
And how is the government responding to the chaos?
Austria-Hungary has sent an ultimatum to Serbia. However, if Russia comes to Serbia's aid, as they have publicly announced they would, then Germany has promised a blank check to Austria-Hungary. It is starting to seem like war is inevitable.
This certainly leaves a crumple in things.
Yes it does.
Say, reporter, in all this chaos, do you see our government getting involved?
Absolutely not. President Wilson has remained, and I believe he shall stay this way, being very opposed to American intervention in international affairs, and this situation is no different.
Very interesting. I hope that you'll keep us informed, reporter.
I intend on it. Thanks for having me tonight, Chuck.
Late, mid, early morning at 11:45 at 3 a.m. And welcome to the Daily Mail's ongoing coverage of the intense situation in Austria-Hungary.
Today, breaking news as our sources have confirmed that Austria-Hungary has mobilized its troops and begun their invasion of Serbia. According to our reliable sources, late last night the Austria-Hungarian military began with the artillery shelling of Serbia's capital. Joining today is our field reporter and the situation today. To you, Jericho.
Crud be Wildin out here. Serbia and Austria-Hungary are preparing for war along their borders, while Germany and Russia are sending support to their respective allies.
Why do you believe this is the case?
The Austrian-Hungarian government maintains their theory that Serbia is to blame for the assassination of the Archduke. However, it seems that the individual was acting alone and purely on impulsiveness.
With the alliances that have been formed, this will surely grow into a bigger war as time goes on, indefinitely.
Indeed, Mr. Anchor, sir. So far, our sources have confirmed the alliances made between Serbia and Russia, along with Austria-Hungary and Germany. However, it appears every corner of Europe is jumping at the chance to support either side. This conflict has certainly been long in the making.
Have other countries in Europe vowed to protect one another?
So far, France seems to be the only country with possible alliances. They have positive relations with Serbia and Russia. As far as Great Britain, it is hard to say. Their friendliness with Belgium hints at a diplomatic relationship. However, it seems unlikely for either of the countries to join into the war at this time.
Thank you, Joaquin, for your time.
Always a pleasure, Eugene.
Now today's sports with Julio.
Hi guys, welcome to Game Theory. Tonight on the Daily Mail's evening broadcast, we report on the situation in Washington, D.C. where lawmakers are deliberating over the passage of a bill that would officially enter the U.S. into the Great War. Joining me is my co-anchor, Luigi.
So far, the passage of this bill seems imminent. Following multiple unsanctioned attacks on Americans overseas by Germany, many Americans demanded justice. What's the government's take on the Zimmerman note, Pablo?
Howdy, folks. As for the Zimmerman note, the government views this as pretty solid evidence of Germany's callous actions against the American people. Even with this in mind, the streets remain mostly empty. It's almost as if the public has reversed its initial support of publishing Germany for its actions.
Well, it appears that many Americans still want justice. However, the controversiality comes with the internment of the U.S. into a war, something many people just aren't fond of.
Quite so. Isolationism remains dominant amongst the American people.
Well, either way, America's support in the war is now inevitable. The mass movement of troops overseas will likely leave this country with a great worker shortage, wouldn't you say?
Exactly, Giovanni. With some of the men being sent overseas, kids, women, and elders are going to have to find ways to support our country during these strange times.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, don't they, Jonathan? I personally believe that we might even see women entering the professional workspace, something that this country has never seen before. Even with the controversial war, the people remain faithfully supportive of their country.
With that being said, Mercedes, join us as we speak about more relevant news next.
Warning. What you're about to witness contains graphic and disturbing content. Viewer discretion is advised. Also give my boy me here extra credit lol.
Rated M for mature.
Good evening, America. Tonight we bring with you the momentous news regarding the Versailles Peace Conference in France, which I say that the war is over.
Precisely, Sue. America is overjoyed to learn that our troops will be coming home. Joining us tonight from Versailles is our reporter, Rick. Also with us tonight is President Woodrow Wilson, who happily accepted the chance to interview with us.
No, don't pull. No. Ah!
Thank you, Harold. And might I say, it is a pleasure to be speaking with you tonight, Mr. President.
Ouch, that hurt. The pleasure is all mine, sir.
Now, Mr. President, are you feeling hopeful for the future of Europe now that the Great War is finally over?
Personally, I will consider this to be a very important step in rebuilding Europe. At this time, the advancements of worldwide peace and stability should be our priority, and I truly believe that this treaty will be able to create a solid foundation to build off of. However, even so, we still have a very long way to go.
Once again, thank you for your cooperation tonight, Mr. President. Now, what steps will this treaty be taking to ensure lasting peace in Europe and the world?
That's good to hear, Mr. President. The American citizens will be so glad to hear this news tonight.
We can't believe it, it's finally over. All our men are on their way home, and we will grieve for the ones we have lost. But at long last, we have won, and Germany has been stopped. You can speak now.
That's the spirit, Jimbo.
Can you let me go now, man? I got places to be.
I'm afraid not, Mr. President.